Yay! We are here. It's your girl Tequila Shabazz live from the Bridge Embassy, and today we present our dear sister Tameka Grant. So I hope that you all will stay with us for a really good show, and at the end we'll open it up for any questions that you may have for her. But before we get started with our guest Tameka, I want to update anyone who is not familiar with the Bridge Embassy. The Bridge Embassy is a cooperative that works to eradicate poverty and build wealth in Black America. And we do this by being extremely intentional and strategic in the way that we redistribute our capital. And when I say capital, I mean our time, our money, our resources, our skills, as well as our dollars. Okay? So we definitely have that. It seems like my girl is getting a phone call there. Don't be distracted by that. That's me telling myself that. Okay? So you know what Bridge Embassy is, and you can definitely find us at www.bridgembassy.com, and I'll make sure to put that link up so that you can find it. And I want to give a special shout out to with our education leg, which is BIBA, Be Black Academy. Hold on 1 second. Can we guys see twice? So it's like your computer and here. Tameka, you still there?
Okay, are you there?
I am there, but I think you need to close the window on your laptop.
Okay.
You need to close out of that one because I see you up here. It must have picked you up.
Okay, I'm closed out of that one, right?
Yep.
Okay. So can you see me okay?
I can still see you, and then I still see the other one, but it'll probably take a minute for that to fall off. No worries. It does appear that the screen is frozen because I see that really beautiful picture of yours.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to finagle with your camera. There, the other one dropped off. Now you just need to click your camera because I just see your picture. But as I was saying, while Tameka's getting set up, I'm really, really proud of our education leg, which is the Be Black Academy. And you can find us on Facebook under the Be Black Academy, just like it sounds. To date, this group has redistributed $119,907.13. I am very, very proud of this group, which our good friend Tameka happens to be a part of, and she has made the top 10 practitioners for a couple weeks. But she's busy running Sassy Thrifters and getting ready to give us a hot spring and summer. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and introduce our guest, Tameka Grant. The floor is yours, hon. How are you?
I'm absolutely wonderful. Excited to be live with Bridge Academy. I'm so excited. I've been with you guys for 3 years. I'm an original stakeholder.
Yes.
And yes, as you stated, I've been really busy with Sassy Thrifters, which is something I created a year ago, April 16th to be exact.
Nice.
Prior to that, I was making jewelry, leather accessories, and so I've been doing that for about 6 years. But yeah, Sassy Thrifters is my new baby that has kept me extremely busy, and I'm excited about that. So I get to incorporate both my creative side and I get to do my philanthropy work finally. So it's work that I'm excited about. All is well.
Yes, and you're growing tremendously. Like Tameka said, she's been with us since the beginning, which we mark our 3-year anniversary, June 12th. So she has definitely been with us from the beginning as a contributing stakeholder. So philanthropy is definitely authentic, true, and blue in her. So I want to go back a little bit and let people know about Tameka, right? How you got here. So let's start from the beginning. Where did your love for thrifting and everything creative, where did that start for you?
Okay. I guess you can say pretty much all my life. I mean, my mom was the quintessential thrift diva, okay? Like, it was her life. That was her therapy. I would give her my car She would drop me off to work. I would give her my card, my credit card, and she would be gone literally the entire day. And sometimes late picking me up from work because she's been out in the thrift stores all day. So it was pretty much I was raised that way, the whole thrifting side. I was raised that way. Although I rebelled against it most of my young life, adult life, teenage life, I completely rebelled against it. Yeah, I was embarrassed about it. I was young. I didn't want anyone to know that we were, wearing used clothes. But my mom, she always kept us dressed to the nines, as they would say. We always had top name brand stuff. I mean, we were wearing Gucci and Louis, all this stuff as teenagers. Of course, we didn't know what it was, but we've been wearing that stuff forever. And my whole creative side, it started when I became a stay-at-home mom. It was an opportunity that was afforded to me. I was able to tap into my creative side. It was something I didn't consider myself a creative person prior to my mom passing, you know. But my mom passed away, and all of a sudden, my sisters and I, the thing that she drove us nuts about, and what kind of bonded us even more and kept us like in contact or feeling some closeness with our mom, we all just kind of tapped into that creative side, that whole side of her, who she was. And so we're even amazed, like, oh my God, like, where did this come from? Like, when mama was alive, we didn't do any of this stuff. And now we're just like these master, craftsmen and doing all this stuff. It's really it's hilarious to me. Sometimes we all just laugh at each other like, oh my God, we've turned into mom.
So talk about that. Did you have a big family? I know I've met one of your sisters, Sister Nikita, correct?
Yes, she's my partner in crime. I'm the brand ambassador of her business, which is Hand Candy Couture. Please remember the name. She is a force to be reckoned with, honey. You talking about creative genius, educated, are just a genius. She's everything like my mom. I look exactly like my mom, but Nikita is every bit of my mom. I've gone to sewing classes. I've taken sewing classes. I've taken other little business classes here and there. Nikita, self-taught. Our mom, self-taught. They read something once, they got it. Pick up stuff. I mean, that's just, that's God-given talent. It's just in her blood, So it's my older sister. She's very creative, but she's really a homebody. She's really into home decorations. She likes to do event planning. When we have our little family events, she is who does all the planning and putting everything together and fixing our homes and helping. She's the interior decorator. I'm more into like the crazy, funky clothes and weird stuff. Nikita is like, okay, can see it and just look at it and boom, got it, So yeah, and I have one brother on my mom's side, and he's very creative also. I mean, they don't talk a lot. They're not very social like myself, but they're all really creative. My little brother, he can build a home from his hand. Okay. Wow. Never been to school, never been to any of that. He can hang drywall, paint. I mean, you name it, he could do it. It's just in us. Our mom, it's just a gift from God. It's just a natural talent.
A natural talent. And here it is that you guys, you mentioned that you really started going when you became a stay-at-home mom after your mom passed. It was like the creativity just began to thrive. It was therapeutic for you. And here it is, you took something that was symbolic to your mother that became therapy for you and kept you occupied as mother, because we also need things for ourselves when we become parents and not just get completely lost in our children. That's extremely important, Mom.
Exactly.
But here it is, you mentioned something else, being extremely social. That's what makes you a little bit different from your siblings. And that being social like that and being able to access what I call your social capital. And for those who don't know, that is your network. Being able to access your network is extremely powerful, as it has been for Tameka Grant. Let's start with, now you've turned a hobby into something more, so go back to last April. How did all of this begin?
It all started, honestly, when my sister and I, Nikita and I, are out. I created, every 2 weeks we were having pop-up shops at different Black-owned businesses. It was my way of getting our business, our leather handmade business, Hand Candy Couture and Sasseries. That's our leather handmade business we've been doing for 6 years. So what I created was just so to get ourselves out there and to connect with other Black-owned businesses. Every 2 weeks, I had it set up where we would do these pop-up shops. So at our pop-up shops selling our leather goods, I was often asked about, oh, like, where did you get that top, or where'd you get those pants, or where'd you get those shoes? And when I would tell people from the thrift store, they literally did not believe me. Like, this has been going on for years. Like, people didn't believe me when I would tell them that I got these things from the thrift store. So going to last year, it was just one of those things. And my sister and the kid and I, we were talking. I said, people don't believe I shop at thrift stores. Like, I literally sell items off my body. Like, I've sold so many things off my body, shoes, you name it, I've sold off my body, but people don't believe me. So we were talking and we were like, okay, how can we get this going? How can I show people where I shop? Because I tell them they don't believe me. How can I, really get this, make these people believe me? And so my sister is who actually said, you should take people, show them how to thrift. And I'm like, what? No. Like, show them how to thrift? No, because 5 years ago, I actually tried to start an online thrift store, which didn't, there was no buzz, there was no feedback, there was no interest. I would post my cute little pictures with my descriptions, and I would post for sale, and I would get like 1 or 2 likes. I did that for like 6 weeks. Nothing came of it. So I walked away from it like, oh, people are not interested in buying used items. So let's go back to April 2015. My sister and I having this conversation, and she is who suggested, like, you should do this. And I didn't think like, I think people are too embarrassed to let people know they thrift. So anyway, one evening I was at home on the computer and I just threw it out there. I said, hey, on social media, I was like, on Facebook, I was like, hey, what do you guys think about me getting a bus and I show you guys some fabulous thrift stores? Like, everybody went nuts. Like, everybody went crazy. Like, oh my God, like, yes, please do it. Please do it. Now, mind you, I just threw it out there. I didn't think anybody was going to say anything.
But that's what you have to do.
So when the crowd went nuts, I was like, okay, now I need to rise to the occasion, right? Now I need to try to find out where these transportation buses are, where these companies are. How am I going to line this? How is this going to look? So that's, and then from there, it just took off. I created the page. The page started off with us just talking about thrift, talking about how long we've been thrifting, what got us into thrifting. We would show our little thrift finds, and that's how the page started. And then the bus tours eventually started. And then from the first bus tour and just talking to the sisters, we all had a common thing. We all were addicted to thrifting. And so we all just had stuff, when you're thrifting, because you find so many things at good prices, you can find yourself like hoarding sometimes, like having just way too much. And so I was like, how can I combat this? What can I create, or what can I do that would allow people to bless others with things that no longer serve them, bless others with these items? Everybody's not eBay savvy. Everybody's not, into the whole social media like that. And that's how the fleek market was born. It was another thing created as a way for us to, one, be able to bless others because we take up monthly donations, and two, just so we can earn a little bit of cash, pad our wallet a little bit with some of the things that we pay for. So that's how the whole fleek market rummage sale came about.
Nice. That is a beautiful story. And moving into the fleek market, moving from the bus tours to the fleek markets to, I'm going to tell you guys, she's so popular, Facebook is after her on the real. Like, Facebook, like, group closed, shut down. Too much economic empowerment is happening in this page. So, don't take it personal if you're trying to get into the group. It's that popular. She is on fire. And I'm telling you, and the sassy girls, they're like a cult, man. They're the newest, what is it? Fraternity, sorority. They're the newest ones. Got calls and everything. You say, we're going to be at the thrift store between 1 and 3. You go there. It is, you got to believe it is a following. And she did that in a year. And this is what I mean about the genius behind being able to, number one, use your human capital, which is what you know and your experience and monetize off of that. That's how you end up finding your, that's purpose, right? That's how you
Exactly.
walk in your purpose, and then you find yourself doing things that it is that you love, and that's how you really begin to build wealth. And Tameka mentioned about giving back to the community, blessing others. And so, of course, this is where we want to talk about the accountability to the Black community that she served. I know that, you know, we've done some things together. Tameka had an event last year, Teacher's Pet event, which we went into Truth Restaurant. We had different businesses, Black businesses giving different donations, which we were able to bless the teachers with. I think we circulated over $2,000 worth of capital that evening. So I know that Tameka Grant is huge on the philanthropy side. So Tameka, talk about the importance of giving back in some of the Black businesses that you're working with in your community or the Chicagoland community as a whole. Uh-oh, Tameka. I think she has frozen, guys. So what we're gonna do is get her back on the line. Bear with me for a second. Let's try to get her back in here. Really great interview with Tameka Grant of Sassy Thrifters. I think she just froze up on her side. So let's go ahead and get her back in here. There she is. Tameka, you back with us? Tameka, you back with us?
Can you see me?
I can see your beautiful I can see your beautiful picture. I cannot see you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Tameka, can't hear you. But while she's doing this, we're just getting ready to move into Tameka's work in community. It seems like she's just having a little disconnection issue on her side. That's the downfalls of technology. Sometimes we have to make sure that when we do these, we're doing them at a time where everybody doesn't want to be online, right? Little joke. So while we're waiting for Tameka, I am going to open up our Q&A box. It should show up on the side. You should be able to ask any questions that you may have. While we're waiting, please feel free to type any questions that you may have for Tameka Grant into the box. If you are on YouTube, you can post them there and we will be able to answer those later. Tameka, are you back with us? Tameka?
I can't hear.
I can hear you. It sounds just a little.
I can hear you.
You sound like you're in an episode of Poltergeist. Oh, Tameka, try again to get in. I think that your connection is a little bit stuck on that side, and thank you for all that are patient while she gets back on with us. A very, very good interview with Tameka Grant of Sassy Reese. This weekend, she'll be kicking off her fleek market where there will be over 3 dozen individuals selling their overstocked closets, if you will. And that's what Tameka was just talking about right now, and how she got into her love of thrifting. It was because, she got into her love of thrifting because of her mother, and how this was a big part of what her mother did when she was growing up. And then it became therapeutic for her after her mother passed away, which eventually led to the creation of the Sassy Thrifters movement, which is definitely a force to be reckoned with. Let me try to get our dear sister back on the line by giving her a call. Looks like she just joined us again. Are you there? Tameka? Tameka? I can hear little bits of you, but I can't hear you completely. I can hear background noises. Tameka? Tameka, say something. Still looks like she's having a little bit of trouble. Let me see if I can. Well, she's in the call, but I cannot hear her. Tameka? Okay, please bear with me for one moment. I'm going to try to get Tameka back on. She's on, but help her out on her side to see if I'm doing a little help desk. Will this help get her in? Tameka?
Can you hear me?
I can. Say something. I did. I did hear you. Tameka?
Uh-huh.
There she is. I think we'll be, God, there you are. Now I actually see your face, so that's a good thing. Can you hear me?
Good, good.
Okay, can you hear me?
All right, you just froze.
Tameka?
Then.
Oh, Tameka? Uh-oh. Hey, audience, while you're waiting, if you have any questions for Tameka from her earlier part of this interview, please feel free to post those and we will get those questions answered for you. She's stuck. It appears that our friend is stuck. Okay, so she is not on, but she will be back. And hopefully this time she will be able to stay with us. Thank you all for your patience while we figure this thing out. Like I said, these Sassies are extremely loyal. I'm sure that we have a majority of our Sassies here. We're speaking with Tameka Grant, and we are promoting her upcoming event, the Fleek Market, which is taking place at Hills Franciscan this weekend, this Saturday.
Okay. Can you hear me, sis?
I can. There you are. Okay.
Woo! Okay.
I'm gonna get right to you while we have a good connection. So
Right.
our last question, we were talking about accountability and giving back to the community and things of that nature. So talk a little bit about how you mix social responsibility into your work. I know that that's extremely important for you.
Yeah, it's extremely important. I give my time I give my resources. I share. The main thing I want to talk about real quick is what I've been told from the group, the Sassy Thrifters, is that I've created a safe place for thrifters to talk about thrifting. I've sort of removed the shame off of, shopping at thrift stores and made it fabulous and made it okay. It's something I wanted to nurture. I know as a young girl that embarrassment I carried. I know my mom, a lot of things that she dealt with that she was ashamed of and embarrassed about and didn't have that mother or no one to nurture those things that she was gifted with. So part of my mission and what it is I do is nurturing those things that people feel insecure about and letting them know that it's okay. So I give a lot of my time. I encourage, I advertise, other black businesses. I'm a huge advocate of black owned businesses. Not only do I advertise their businesses, I also generate traffic and profits to their businesses. Whenever we're told of a new black owned business, I put a post out, hey, let's go meet up at this black owned businesses, support this group, support their mission. And the girls, they come out, we hang out, we shop, we spend money with those businesses. And that's just what I do. And then even at the fleek markets every month, we take up donations to give to different organizations. Comeback Chic being one of our organizations that we're donating to for the month of April. So if you know of any organizations that may need some donations, let us know. We take up collections every month. Like I said, at the fleek market, you can drop those donations off. We'll make sure we get it to those organizations, those companies. So yeah, the way that I give back is by giving my time, my resources, sharing, encouraging others, uplifting. It's all what I consider my philanthropy work. And like I said, every time thinking about my mom and my son and just trying to find ways to just just let our people know it's okay. You don't need to, we tend to associate if something costs $3,000, we want the world to think we have money. We
Right.
equate spending money on things to being successful. And I want people to know, no, it's okay. You can still look fabulous and you be frugal and be fabulous. It's perfectly okay. So that's what my mission is all about.
Absolutely. And not only had, she's empowered people economically, right, through these fleek
Yeah.
markets. You're able
Mhm.
to clear out your closets, things
Yep.
that you may not need, things you may have outgrown, things that you may have become too small for, whatever
Yeah.
the case may be. You're giving it back. You're bringing some additional money. I mean, you can rent a space anywhere from $45 to $65 at the fleet market and have hundreds of people come out. So you're definitely going to get your money back 3 times over at the fleet
Yeah.
market. So she's created this outlet, like she said, a safe space, made thrifting fabulous again. And some of us, we always knew that thrifting was fabulous. Hey, baby, mommy duties too. Another creative behind you. She makes
Yes.
T-shirts. Coming soon. Coming soon. See, Tameka, now you're
Yes.
accountable.
Right.
Okay. Um,
What's the name of your
so
first T-shirt, Zuri? What's the name of your first T-shirt?
Well dressed, well blessed.
what was it? I need
She
to take
said
this down.
she said her first T-shirt is like she liked the positive saying the T-shirts, and she said her first shirt is gonna be called "Well Dressed and Well Blessed."
That's right, honey. That's right. Can't you see that she's being reared up by a very positive thinker? And I think that that has a lot to do with your success as well because you celebrate the
Yeah,
art of thrifting. You
yeah,
celebrate, recycling what some may be old and remixing it and making it your own, right?
yes,
So
yes,
let's talk about the impact that your work has left on the community. I know that it's businesses that, like you said, you're driving exposure to those businesses. You're
yes.
helping women feel renewed. What do you think is the greatest impact of your work, or what is the impact that you want to leave?
The what I hear quite a bit from the black owned thrift stores that we've visited. I get emails and I get messages, and they tell me, they say, "Oh, Tameka, thank you so much. Just bringing light on my place, on my new establishment for bringing generating traffic to my business. And they're just enamored about that, and they want to know, what can they do for me? What else can I do for you? I want to thank you in some way. Like, oh my God, Tameka, they just, I get all this praise, but for me, like I said, it's about connecting people to resources. There are resources out there, and unfortunately, a lot of us don't share resources enough. And I'm just all about sharing the wealth, sharing the knowledge, sharing the resources, and that's the biggest impact for me. Just connecting people. So that's what brings the biggest joy to me, is knowing that I've helped not only this person who was embarrassed and shamed about thrifting. Not only have I brought out this fabulousness in them and saying to them, it's okay. Not only does that, have I done that, but I've also generated profits and traffic to these businesses, these startups. Since the inception of the group and what it is that we do, our mission, we've noticed that more and more Black owned thrift stores are opening their doors. The Black owned thrift stores are on the rise. Like, I get goosebumps when one of the girls posts, we found another one, we found another thrift store over on this street. And I'm like, yes. So we're on the rise. Independent thrift stores, Black owned thrift stores are on the rise. And I love that. And people tell me I have a little bit to do, but it's hard for me to accept that. But I'm like, okay. But yeah, that excites me. That excites me. Uh-oh. I think we froze up again, did we? You there, Tequila? I can't hear you, sis. Are you there, sis? Sis? Tequila? 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 Can you hear me? Sis? Sis? I don't see you. Tequila, I can't hear you, huh? Okay, in the meantime, I'm gonna play with this little wig. I'm still here. If you could see me, I can't see you or hear you, sis. This little afro, honey, ain't acting right today. Y'all see my haircut? Can you see me? My little haircut going back so fast. Tequila, I can't hear you. Okay. It's saying that we're still on call, but I don't see anything. I can't see anything. Okay. Oh, okay, I'm not sure if you guys could can see me. I can't see anyone. I can't hear anyone. But I just want you guys to know if you can hear me, I just want you guys to know that basically it's okay to be fabulous and frugal. You don't have to, it's nothing wrong. I'm not gonna make anybody feel bad who go and splurge. If you truly have it like that and you want to splurge and go buy yourself a nice piece, that's okay. Every now and again I splurge, but that's if you have it. But if you really don't have it, there's no need to be putting on some sort of facade as if you have it. You don't have to do that. Those who really, really have it, they don't flaunt it like that. And I just want you to know that it's perfectly okay to thrift. Try thrifting. If it's something you really, really want to learn to do, I'll take you thrifting. I'll teach the art of thrifting. Just let me know. Just communicate with me. Let me know. All it takes is a conversation to say, hey, Tameka, I want to learn how to do this. I don't like to shop with a bunch of girls. I don't like to be with a group of girls, although the whole premise of the bus tours is to build that whole sistership and to build, as Tequila touched on quite a bit, that human capital. And that's just getting out and just connecting with one another. Um, uh, so that's what I want to do. That's my mission. So again, but if you just insist on not, wanting to shop with a group of girls, just let me know, and I'll put some time aside and we can go thrifting in Chicago. I encourage everyone to come out to the fleek markets. Again, it's an opportunity for us to get together, network. I want our community to be proud of us. We offer something in our community, and I want people to come out and support it. What we've created is a convenience for